Welcome to the daily podcast. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I am a divine healer and intuitive. So today we are going to focus on recalibrating your mind to a different attunement. We're going to talk about inner conflict. So at one time or another, and for some of us it's daily, we will experience inner conflict. What exactly has occurred within us when this happens? So what's happening is we are running off of programs from the past. Our mind's job is to protect us. And it might say, ooh, we've seen this before, and depending on whether the outcome in the past was good or perceivably bad, we may act accordingly. So there's also a kind of inner conflict where one will lie to oneself. This is very common. So you may experience a thought or a feeling or an emotion about something and then very quickly talk yourself out of feeling that way or not allowing yourself to feel how you really do. Making excuses for your feelings and justifying not having them even though you actually do feel a certain way. So this conflict is very difficult to deal with because not only does it cause inner pain and conflict, but there is a lie involved, which makes the problem even harder to solve because it's being worked on under false pretenses. How can you solve something when you're lying to yourself about it? But most people don't even realize that they're doing this. So let me give you an example of this. It could be feeling as though a parent really did some hurtful things, yet lying to yourself about the pain you feel and making excuses for the parent. So yes, it's good to not be angry with the parent, but we're humans, we do get hurt. And so allowing yourself to feel the anger or whatever it was that was there will allow that emotion, whatever it is, to be felt and then released. Rather than, when we deny it, pushing it down and pretending that it doesn't exist and not understanding why you have this unsettled feeling about it, and it's been however many years, and yet it keeps coming to your head for you to talk yourself out of it. If this happens, it's because it's not resolved. So I experienced this a long time ago as meeting someone and thinking, oh my, I think I love this person, and then talking myself out of it. And realizing what I had done, I then allowed that feeling to be there. And so as soon as I acknowledged, okay, this feeling is here, it then softened, lessened, and became easy. There's no tension around it. It was just a nice soft feeling of whatever will be, will be. So let me give you another example that is near and dear to my own heart. So after being married for nearly 20 years and discovering that the man who I was married to was lying and unfaithful, it caused me many low vibe feelings, as you could imagine. Feelings of worthlessness, fear, confusion, doubt, etc. So then, having left the marriage, now there were the remnants that need to be gathered and collected so that one can move on. However, there can be lingering feelings from the previous relationship that can move on with us into the future if we allow it. So like feelings of fear, or will this same thing happen again? And if it did, would I be just as blind as I was the last time? Now, if I was to carry that forward with me and allow it to be part of my future, then it would be. Whether in real or in mind, it causes much damage to the psyche to carry forward fear like that. And although it's completely understandable that one would consciously perhaps or unconsciously carry it forward, it would cause great internal conflict in future relationships. I'd be thinking, are they telling me the truth? Can I trust them? Are they where they say they are? And it could have me avoiding ever getting into another relationship due to the fear and the heartbreak from the past. Is it really worth investing in something that could lead to heartbreak again? Now, some would just immediately say, nope, it's not worth it, and never look or invest in another partner ever again. And you hear this often after a rough divorce. However, as time goes by, the person would genuinely like to be with someone else and to have a lifelong partner. And this then causes great inner conflict because there's part of you that wants something and part of you that's afraid of the outcome. So if that was the case, here's what you do. First of all, you need to realize why the past happened. And you need to get really, really, really honest with yourself. Did it happen because you feared that it would happen? Did it happen because you in the past did something similar and now you're getting your karma? Did you speak about it happening? Or did it need to happen so that you could learn and grow? When we can be accountable for the things that enter into our lives, then we can be assured that we won't allow the same things to happen again in the future, but only when we're aware. Fear is a frequency, and it's a very low one. And when we sit in this fear, by indulging our minds with it, we are giving life to fear-based consciousness forms, which in turn later will come back to roost. We cannot indulge in what we do not want and expect to get an outcome that we do want. It does not work this way. You do not know that tomorrow some wonderful thing will not happen for you, but you ensure that it won't happen when you believe and expect the same of your tomorrows as you do of your todays and of your yesterdays and of your years gone past. Our thoughts, minute by minute, are dictated by the past programming that we have. These can go around unnoticed and unaware that it's them that's truly determining your tomorrows, and by them I mean your beliefs. So the Mental Cleanse series that I created here on YouTube can help assist you with the process of mental deprogramming. This will greatly help you to become self-aware and be able to assist yourself in your own healing journey. And you can watch and learn and participate on them right here online. Go look up the Mental Cleanse playlist. Now, our thoughts, minute by minute, create consciousness forms around us. So have you ever walked into a room full of people and felt a certain mood in that room? That's what you're feeling. You're feeling the energy, the consciousness forms that are permeating the environment. So these consciousness forms can not only be felt and affect those in proximity, but they can also affect the actual environment in the room, the wood, the paint, the flooring. Constantly, all day long, we are emitting through our thoughts frequencies. And the higher the frequency, the closer to divine life, and the lowest, the farthest away from divine life. The higher the frequency, the more joy, harmony, laughter, and happiness one will feel. And the lower, the farthest from divine life, the more awful, misfortunate, left out, angry, and lowly will one feel. Think of this now for a moment and notice how very quickly your mood can shift and will shift as you shift your focus. Think of some kind of inner conflict. I'll give you a minute, let it come up. Think of some kind of inner conflict, and if you can, close your eyes and think of it for a moment. Now, as you do this, notice the tension in your body arise. And notice exactly where you feel it. And now notice your mood. And if you happen to notice that certain places within you hold on to tension or flutter or something else during this exercise, I want to quickly explain to you what has happened. So now during this exercise, what's happened is you have lowered your vibration, and it has a direct effect on your physical body. You're experiencing that right now, lowering the intended energy in certain areas of your body through thought. This is what has happened. Now, the long-term effects of lowered thought affecting the body and eventually leads to ailments, illness, and disease is the proper functioning of the body is not able to be maintained by lower frequency thoughts. The low frequency thoughts lower the entire functioning of your being. Okay, now let's switch the focus for a minute. So close your eyes and think of divine love and blessings pouring out on your life. Just imagine this divine blessing just pouring into your life. And now notice where you feel it. Now notice your mood. And now examine your current state of consciousness after doing this little last exercise. You feel a bit uplifted in comparison with before. Now, what would it feel like if you walked into a room where everyone had just been doing this same exercise as you? You'd feel it, even if you had not participated in the exercise, just by being in proximity. Unless, of course, your consciousness is so clouded with low vibrations that it causes a blinding effect. This does happen with some people. Okay, now, I want you to apply the same feeling, this good one that we just had, the divine blessings raining down on your life. I want you to apply the same feeling to the inner conflict that you experienced. You can even close your eyes. Just imagine that inner conflict, but imagine divine love and blessings pouring onto it. Close your eyes and do it, if you can. And notice how it feels now. And when you're in the state, you're not even able to recall fully the conflict, but you have changed the vibration of it through this exercise. And notice the upliftment and how the conflict itself becomes nothing. Now, I'm telling you to expect goodness for your life, and never expect anything less. Expect it and never expect anything less. This is not only the rule to follow, you must also expect good for others. Because as you do this, you create consciousness forms which will affect the other people in a good way and will also attract to yourself those same frequencies which you sent out to others. And you must only speak of only what you wish to see and speak of nothing which you would not want to have perpetuated in the world. Our words and thoughts are consciousness forms. They are literally creating the world that you are living in daily. And when you subconsciously or consciously expect things to happen, they do indeed happen. It may not be today or tomorrow, but maybe perhaps in 10 years' time. When you've long forgotten the thoughts and the words that you cast out like a net and are now harvesting the creation of your own making. We can make wonderful lives for ourselves if we just follow some simple rules. Do to others what you would have them do to you. Say about others' mistakes the same thing you would wish them to say about yours. Speak and think only good of others. Only speak of that which you would like to see in your world. Always look for the divine love and blessings and focus only on them. And as you do these things, bit by bit, you will change your world. You will begin to see things in a new light. Your environment will improve. Your relationships will improve. Your earnings will improve. Your body will improve. Your health will improve. Not only this, but those in your proximity will also feel and notice the positive effects of having you in their life. It's not enough to just seek to have positive thinking, although this will change your life. But what we must seek is our creator, our source of being. This is the only thing that brings true fulfillment. I gained enlightenment through my study of the Christ letters and through constant meditation on a private spiritual retreat that I would do by myself. And this is how I was able to gain, and you can too, the Christ consciousness, and I'm able to help my clients to heal themselves. Now, you can read the Christ letters for free online, or you can listen to it even for free here on YouTube. Now, I'm able to speak of the divine love, having experienced it in its fullest form, and I've felt and I've seen and I've known and I've experienced its healing power with my clients. I've seen and I've felt and I've known that we are meant to be full of perfect health and wellness and abundance. And the only reason why we don't experience this daily is because of one's own thinking and the misuse of their mind power. What we fear, we manifest. Let go of fears. They have seriously availed you nothing. And I know we've spoke of this before, but in the Bible, Jesus says over 365 times, do not fear, because we attract what we fear, what we focus on. So this is what I have for you here today. So if you have been experiencing any inner conflict, the best way to overcome it is to, see it truthfully. And so if you're having inner conflict, if you're lying to yourself about something, like you're having this conflict, but you keep talking yourself out of it, stop doing that, because you're not doing yourself any favors, and you're not working off of the truth, off of actual reality, right? You're then basing your solution that you're trying to find off of an actual lie, right? So that's not going to be helpful. So I know my examples before of, let's say that you have this inner conflict, because, and I bring this up so often because everybody does this. Maybe not everybody. So many people do this, and they don't even know that they're doing it, right? They think that they're doing themselves a favor by talking themselves out of a way that they're feeling, because they're like, oh no, I don't want to be in this low vibe feeling. Well, yes, good. Sometimes we do need to train our brain in this way, and maybe we need to, talk ourselves out of some things. But if you have something that is coming up, and this has been years and years and years and years, and it's still coming up, the only reason why it's coming up is because it's not resolved. And it's probably not resolved because you're lying to yourself about it, or you didn't get closure, so it's something along these lines. But when you perceive it, whatever it is, in a more truthful and different and honest way, so my example of, let's say your parents didn't, raise you right, and so you're still bitter to them. Well, think of the fact that you are who you are today because of them. You had to become strong, you had to become powerful, you had to heal yourself, you had to grow as a person. They showed you an example of what you did not want. And if you healed that, you did not repeat it. So there was growth that came. It was a blessing to push you onto your purpose and onto your life path. But perhaps there's other things that you've been lying to yourself about. It is doing you no favors. Just say the thing out loud, like, oh, I'm actually feeling this way. This is what's going on. And as you do that, you're going to find instant relief. Instant relief. It's one thing when you're lying to other people, oh, I lied to this person because I was afraid if I told them the truth, then this thing would happen. Not good. And then those people are basing their reality off of something that's not even reality. But it's one thing when you lie to yourself and you're unaware that you're even doing it, and then you wonder why you have this pent up kind of unsettled feeling. This is why. So perhaps you could look at yourself. You could find those inner conflicts that pop up from time to time, and next time that they pop in your head, you could give them a voice, because that's what they want. You could say, yes, I'm hearing you. I know. I'm angry too, or I'm sad too, or I'm whatever it happens to be. I'm giving you a voice. I'm going to let you be there. And as you just let whatever emotion be there, let it be there for a couple of minutes, let it be fully present, you're going to notice it shift and change. You're going to notice it completely go from tension and to easing off and becoming soft soft and gentle and more beautiful, and then you're not going to need to hold on to it anymore. It will release itself. So this is what I have for you guys here today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's podcast. Take care.